It's an absolutely barbaric act.
At present, there are 127 dead and many injured. It was an act of war committed by a terrorist army, the Islamic State, jihadists, against France, against values we defend everywhere, against a free country
Which resonates with the whole world.
With little, terror police moved into the Bataclan concert hall in Paris. They were forced to move quickly because the terrorists were killing hostages. One witness said the gunmen were silent and calm and just shot people randomly. They would reload and carry on. The attackers in the hall, reportedly 3 of them, then blew themselves up when the police raid began. The survivors hurried out, some with their hands above their head, others with their head in their hands. The paramedics went in. What they found was a massacre. One official described it as carnage.
We were by the bar, so we heard firecrackers, or what we thought were firecrackers. We turned around and then I saw 2 young men, no older than 25, with Kalashnikovs. They told us to lie down. There was one who kept gesturing for us to get down. We all lay down. The whole room lay down. I was completely under other people, and they kept shooting, but they would stop from time to time.
This man's life was saved when a bullet hit his mobile phone.
When he hung up, I was crossing the road and it exploded in front of me. Everything went up in flames. I felt the reverberations and I left. I fell down, then got up. That's when you saw me. You were already in the area. Here's the phone that took the shot and it's that saved me. Otherwise my head was in pieces.
One of the first attacks of the evening was at the Stade de France, where France were playing Germany. 2 suicide bombs were detonated outside the stadium. After the match was over, many of the spectators waited on the pitch and in the stands, not sure what was going on and whether it was safe to leave.
The game carried on all the way to the 90 minutes. As far as we were aware, it was, I mean, even though we were getting news reports, we thought it was something trivial. We thought it was a hoax or something that had gone wrong. We didn't realise the full extent of it until we got outside.
The city went into lockdown.
This is going to change the feel of Paris a lot, and the feeling will be that not enough was done after the Charlie Hebdo attacks, beyond some pretty limited marches and people saying how terrible it all was. I think people will be looking for very, very strong political action now.
Paris is already showing the sort of defiance that strengthened the city in the days after the Charlie Hebdo attacks. As the crowds left the Stade de France stadium after the attacks there, they sang La Marseillaise. But this is the deadliest terrorist attack in Europe since the Madrid bombings in 2004. And it has happened in Paris. Again. Alistair Bunkle, Sky News.
This is Le Carillon, one of the restaurants that was targeted at the start of the attacks last night. And you can see just how close you can get to it. I mean, these are locals and journalists, but you can step right up to the front. The door where the gunman first appeared, you could see the flowers and the candles that have started to be placed at the door, and the sawdust on the pavement, which primarily was used to soak up some of the blood. And you can see from the bullet holes here in the window just how indiscriminate this spraying of bullets was. And just across the road is Le Petit Cambodge, a Cambodian restaurant. This is in the 10th arrondissement, which is close to the centre of Paris. Several died here as well. Between these two restaurants, 14 people were killed.
Il y avoir des explosifs. Attendez, on entend des coups de feu derrière moi en ce moment même. Une situation qui est donc extrêmement volatile. Voilà, je ne sais